Hunter x Hunter fans everywhere, welcome to the 6th episode of our post-anime recap series. You've got 5 episodes before this one. Make sure you've watched them, as the events are tightly connected. Thanks for your epic support, you absolute legends. I love you all from the heart. Let's dive in. Kurapika briefed the guards on the trip, revealing a war among the princes aboard the ship to determine the king's successor. He asked if they knew about it beforehand. The guards hired by Pariston claimed ignorance, and his chain didn't move, confirming their honesty. The other 2 guards refused to answer, thinking the chain was a trick. Kurapika challenged them, "Try lying." Seeing his serious eyes, they didn't risk it and admitted they knew about the succession war. Kurapika aimed his gun at them, asking if they were allies of the young prince. They said no. Queen Oito, overwhelmed, ordered Kurapika to shoot them immediately. The guards begged for a chance to explain, and Kurapika agreed, telling the queen they might have useful info for survival. He chained them and asked about the dead guards. Were they also not allies of the prince? They confirmed yes, explaining it's part of the royal family system. Each queen can appoint 1 guard to monitor the queen below her. Since Queen Oito is the king's lowest-ranking wife, the 7 queens above her assigned guards to watch her. Their goal is to protect the young prince, not kill him, while avoiding interference in Oito's affairs. Kurapika asked if they'd kill the prince if their queen ordered it. They said no, as killing any prince is a crime, punishable by the queen's imprisonment, even during the succession war. Kurapika asked why the king allowed this war if laws still app. They admitted they didn't understand initially, but now suspect the king wants the princes to fight, leaving the one with the strongest Nen to rule. Queen Oito couldn't fathom how her infant prince could survive, barely able to stand. A guard mentioned the jar ritual, which grants Nen abilities, but Oito dismissed it as an old mythical tradition. Kurapika believed the guard, suspecting the prince's Nen activates automatically if he senses danger. He urged Oito to stay calm to avoid triggering an attack. He added the dead guard's fate might not be the prince's doing, but an external enemy, though he doubted it since the princes gained Nen only a month ago, too short to master it. Suddenly, strange creatures appeared, hovering above the guards' heads. Kurapika asked if they could see them. They could. He told them not to move, unsure how the creatures would react. The chained guards, ignorant of Nen, couldn't see the parasites and feared death. Kurapika asked Oito if she saw them. She said no. He told her to stay behind him. More creatures slithered into the room. The guards were shocked, unsure what to do. One creature asked a guard if he was free. He said he was busy. Kurapika, stunned, said these were likely other princes' Nen Beasts, released to test each other's powers. He used the emergency phone connecting all princes' rooms to check if others faced the same. Melody reported all was fine in her room, but Biscuit said she saw beasts that vanished. Kurapika guessed they came from there and asked if Biscuit's prince could see them. She said only she could, leading Kurapika to conclude the beasts act on their own since the princes don't yet know their powers are active. Kurapika moved Oito to another room and asked Bill for more info on the parasites. Bill explained they draw strength from their user's aura and act independently, attacking without orders, whether the user controls Nen or not. Kurapika said the mission just got deadlier and offered Bill and others a chance to withdraw or move to a safer deck. Bill said protecting Oito and the prince includes facing new dangers. Meanwhile, the parasites searched the room thoroughly but found nothing. A small, mouse-like creature kept asking a guard if he was free, saying, "Tell me when you are." In Oito's room, Kurapika told Bill he had multiple goals: protecting Oito, escorting beyond with the Zodiacs, and contacting Prince Nietzsche, though he didn't mention retrieving his clan's eyes. Bill didn't object, but warned Kurapika not to neglect Oito for other goals. Kurapika said he'd cleared it with Oito beforehand, but Bill worried he'd lose focus. Kurapika snapped, "If you care about Oito's safety, escape the succession war." Bill agreed to help with whatever Oito decided. Suddenly, a maid's scream came from outside. Kurapika and the others rushed to the main room, finding a guard named Sayird stabbing others with a knife. Kurapika shielded Oito and asked the maids what happened. They said Sayird suddenly grabbed the knife and attacked. Bill asked why, and Sayird said the strange creature told him to. He advanced, but Bill raised his gun, ordering him to stop. Sayird couldn't control his body and charged. Kurapika stepped in, chaining Sayird's hands and pinning him down. He asked Bill if Sayird was needed for the escape plan. Bill said no. The stabbed guard could transform into a vehicle for 5 people. Kurapika considered eliminating Sayird, but wanted to know his Nen first. Bill refused to share without Sayird's consent, but Kurapika insisted, citing Oito's safety. Bill revealed Sayird's a manipulator who creates a Nen orb to control insects. Kurapika moved his index finger, activating a needle-shaped chain to inject Sayird, stealing his Nen by absorbing his aura. Bill worried about the harm of draining Sayird's aura, but Kurapika prioritized Oito and the prince, saying it would force the parasite out by cutting its food source. He was right. A bug-like Nen Beast emerged from Sayird's ear. Kurapika, eyes scarlet, pulled out a dolphin-shaped metal piece to use the stolen ability and analyze the beast. It was a Nen creature controlling living beings. Kurapika tried using Sayird's ability on it, but Bill said it only works on living creatures, not Nen constructs. The beast escaped, and Kurapika faced a problem. His ability can't stop until used, and keeping his scarlet eyes active drains his life. He tied Sayird up and interrogated him. Sayird said the beast kept asking if he was free. He always said no, but it didn't leave. Annoyed, he said he was free, losing control and attacking against his will. Kakin's army removed the bodies and demanded Sayird. Kurapika said he kept Sayird's ability, sharing details. It controls creatures up to hamster size, absorbing info they see or hear, even remotely. Sayird's last request was for Kurapika to use his ability to find the real killer. Just 2 hours into the voyage, only the queen, 2 guards, 2 servants, and Kurapika remained. Kurapika pressed Bill for the rest of his escape plan. Bill admitted the first plan failed, needing Pariston's help, while the second was tougher, requiring Beyond's personal aid. The scene shifts to Princess Momo's wing. Her guard, Hans, was among those protecting her, but her mother, the queen, prioritized the young prince, leaving Momo's with only 6 guards. Surprisingly, Momo's didn't object, seemingly unfazed by the succession war. A massive Nen Beast, like the one in Kurapika's wing, appeared behind her. Elsewhere, Prince Halkenberg attended a dinner gala. The king's aide told him it was time to return to his wing. Halkenberg asked to greet his father first. Alone with the king, he dropped a bombshell. He wanted to withdraw from the succession war. He joined only to respect his father, but if the throne required bloodshed, he wanted no part. The king's response was chillingly sly. Do as you wish, as if daring him to try escaping. Countless events unfolded, with many casualties, all on the first day of the voyage. Kurapika and Bill discussed the parasites, and Kurapika asked Ito if any princes were peaceful and uninterested in fighting. She confirmed the first 5 were the most aggressive, eager for battle. Meanwhile, Prince Subeb met Prince Nietzsche, proposing an alliance to kill the top 3 princes, who were the strongest contenders. The others were either pacifists or too young to compete. Nietzsche agreed, and Subeb set their plan for the next Sunday, the only day princes could meet. Nietzsche scoffed inwardly, doubting Subeb would survive that long. The king, observing his sons, or rather, their Nen Beasts, revealed they followed strict rules. They couldn't kill each other or anyone with a similar beast. Their true purpose was to aid their prince's goals. The king was eager to see who'd survive. In Nietzsche's wing, his personal guard, Sitya, spoke with another guard about whether to tell Nietzsche about Nen. Sitya feared he'd misuse it, but the other guard worried hiding it would backfire. Sitya suggested teaching him a harmless ability to mitigate risks, though she remained uneasy. An emergency call from Nietzsche summoned all guards to the corridor, where a horrifying sight awaited. A woman's head atop a horse-like body with savage human feet. Nietzsche, having overheard Kurapika's emergency call, was curious about Nen Beasts and asked Sitya if she knew about them. Terrified by the creature, she admitted her Nen knowledge, certain Nietzsche was the last person who should learn it. Back in Halkenberg's wing, he returned to a shocking scene. All his guards were dead. Other princes began exploring Nen, while some ignored the war, enjoying their time. The chaos escalates, and we pause here. Stay tuned for more in the next chapters. Thank you for your incredible support, and see you soon, friend.